What's going on YouTube, VZTV? I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm trying a new format. This is because there was only 4 games this week, so I can't really talk about a full week of basketball. The power rankings haven't really changed for the players that much, so we're just going to talk about every single game that happened over the last 4 days, literally every single game. We're going to kind of skim through most of these, but we're just going to start with Celtics and Nets. My Celtics, Tatum scores 30 as the Celtics romp again in Brooklyn, winning by 23. I mean, we've been, for the most part, we've been really good against Brooklyn this year, but obviously we played the crippled Nets twice. You know, Tatum had 30. But let's not forget Al Horford and Robert Williams each putting up double-doubles. I mean, that was definitely worth noting. And on the Nets side, you know, you have Seth Curry putting up 22. They literally didn't have a single all-star out there, and Seth Curry was the one that had to do most of it. Let's move on to Cavs Pistons. Actually a close game, and Pistons won. Pistons have been winning some weird games. Cunningham's late free throws lead Pistons over the Cavs. You know, Lauri Markkanen had 22 points. That's nice. I should probably do this. I think this is awesome. I like doing stuff like this. I mean, Hamidou Diallo putting 21 points up off the bench is really the Pistons' only highlight of the game, which is pretty awesome. Shout out to Hamidou Diallo. I've supported him for a while. I really liked when he was on the Thunder. He won the dunk contest, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, again, it's going to be a quick video. I'm probably going to go play a game of 2K, then go to my computing lecture. But we got Hawks and Bulls. Bulls pull it off here. DeRozan continues a streak with 37 points as the Bulls beat the Hawks. DeRozan in MVP mode. My goodness, has he been playing fantastic. But Danilo Gallinari put up 26 points this game. Clint Capella had a double-double. Trae Young had a double-double of his own with assist. Bogdanovich, 27 points off the bench. That's why you don't bench him. They benched him for Kevin Huerter. Are you serious? Why doesn't Bogdanovich have a starting spot on this team? Who knows? He played 3 more minutes than Huerter and had 18 more points. He is way more efficient, but DeRozan 37, of course. Levine had 20 to complement that, don't forget. And Vucevic had a double-double. So, you know, that big three is working really well together. This is probably only going to be like a 10-minute video, if that. Like, I kind of skimmed through these games, and maybe I should start doing this. I think this is a lot of fun to kind of go over every single game. I know 7 days is going to get a little excessive, but let's move on to Grizzlies, Timberwolves. Timberwolves catching some big W's lately. D'Angelo Russell scores 37. My fantasy team, he leads the T-Wolves past the Grizzlies by 5. Well, you know, looking at the Grizzlies side, you got Jaren Jackson putting up 21 and 11. You got John Morant putting up 20. Zaire Williams out of nowhere putting up 21. Zaire Williams played with Bronny James in high school. That's kind of how most people know him as, which kind of sucks, but he's put up 20 in an NBA game. We're looking at the Timberwolves. We have Cat putting up 22 and 11. He's been destroying franchises lately, and obviously D'Lo putting up 37. That's about it for that game. But shout out to the Timberwolves are on the rise. The 32 and 8 as of that game. Maybe it's 32 and 29, something like that. But the Suns and Thunder, man oh man, the Suns are the best team in the league, no doubt. Booker has 25 points. The Suns beat the Thunder for their 8th straight win. They're the most dominant team in the NBA. They're the best team in the NBA. It's no doubt. They're literally the best team in the NBA by probably 7 games. Like, come on now. We're talking about Cam Johnson as well putting up 21. Mikal Bridges putting up 21. Booker putting up 25 points and 12 assists. You know, Chris Paul's not out there, so Devin Booker's like, you know what, I'm going to be a playmaker today. And it worked out for them. You know, and looking at the Thunder side, wow, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he does not get enough credit. He put up 32 off of 13 for 22. Absolutely phenomenal. Nothing else, though, for the Thunder. Man, it's really how the games go. Warriors, Trailblazers. I mean, the Warriors smacked the Trailblazers. Curry and the Warriors return from All-Star break to rout the Blazers, as was every team returning from All-Star break. You know, Steph had 18 and 14. That's not too bad. I mean, no one really spazzed in this game. There were a lot of double-figure scorers. And on the other side, you had the lone Anthony Simons putting up 24. But shout out to Anthony Simons. He shot 50% from the field. That's pretty good. You know, he put up a nice little 24 there, 24 piece. And last game of Friday, we have the Nuggets and the Kings. Jokic and Barton helped the Nuggets to 18-point win over the Kings. Barton I had on my fantasy team at one point in the year, but he's so inconsistent. I will say that. You know, one night he'll put up 31, and the other he'll put up 5 points. But yeah, 31 for Will Barton, 25 and 12. That's nothing new for Jokic. I can't get too hyped about that. I mean, we're witnessing greatness with Nikola Jokic, but yeah, nothing new. Sabonis, I mean, in his first few games with the Kings, he's looked amazing. 33 and 14 in this one, and you know De'Aaron Fox puts up 20, but that's not quite enough. Their bench is not very good. You know, you can't have two starters putting up 5 points and under with Mo Harkless and Justin Holiday there. But yeah, the Kings are probably not going to look good ever again. I mean, if they have a great rebuild, more power to them. Like, that would be amazing, but I just don't see it happening. Anyways, let's move on to Friday's action. We had Raptors and Hornets here. Hornets emerge from the break re-energized. They rout the Raptors. They beat them by 32. Absolutely destroyed the Raptors, which is surprising. You know, the Raptors are a really good organization. So I don't know. It's kind of surprising. Despite Scotty Barnes putting up 28 points, the Rook, he is definitely interchangeable with Evan Mobley for Rookie of the Year right now. He put up 28 points off of 13 for 18. Absolutely phenomenal. But I mean, you know, you got T-Row putting up 23. We got Montrezl Harrell, the newest trade for the Hornets, putting up 20 and 10. Kelly Oubre, out like a spark off the bench, putting up 23. You know, you have a double-double from Miles Bridges. I mean, this team is awesome. You have a lot of guys that can create space, they can score, they can put up good numbers in little time. Like, Montrezl Harrell only played 23 minutes, and he put up 20 and 10. That's phenomenal. Let's move on to Thunder Pacers. Jesus Christ. Thunder Pacers. Not much to say about this one. It was an OT type of game. Thunder and Pacers, kind of a shit show type of game. I mean, two teams that have no hope for the playoffs this year. I mean, Isaiah Roby had a double-double. So did Darius Bazley. Shea Gilgeous put up 36. I mean, this guy's putting the team on his back, and he only won by 4 against the Pacers. And you got Trey Mann putting up 22. Again, they got these like random guys, and it happens a lot with like these tanking teams. You know, these random guys just come out and put up 20-point games. It's pretty awesome to see. But on the other side, we had Brissett with the double-double. You had Tyrese Halliburton with the double-double of his own buddy Hield coming out and putting up 29, the new trade acquisition for the Pacers, but they still lost. So they're still a pretty sorry franchise. The trade's not going to do anything. Matter of fact, it might have hurt him more getting rid of Sabonis. But Rockets and Magic up next. Again, another shit show of a game. Like, really nothing to talk about here. But Christian Wood, 21 and 11, putting in the work. You know, Jalen Green, the Rook, putting up 23 as well. That's good. Wendell Carter for the Magic, putting up 24 and 12. I mean, Okeke off the bench, putting up 26. I mean, again, you got these random guys just playing out of their minds right now. But again, a shit show. It's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Spurs and Wizards. Now, although this game doesn't matter a whole lot, I mean, these teams can make the play-in tournament, but this has got to be one of the best games of the year. A combined 310 points between the teams. That's got to be, like, up there, man. DeJounte Murray and the Spurs outlast the Wizards by 4 in double overtime. This game was awesome. When I saw the final score, I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. We cannot forget Keldon Johnson putting up 32, though. Or Jakob Pearl putting up 28 and 11. Lonnie Walker off the bench putting up 23 off of 9 for 17. We have 31, 14, and 13. DeJounte Murray. This guy is a beast. He is most improved. I don't think there's anyone that can dethrone him for that. He has looked like an MVP candidate this year. He is incredible. Like, would the Spurs even win a game without this guy? Like, who knows? I don't know. But on the other side, Kuzma putting up 36. Wow, he has looked... I mean, although the Wizards aren't a very good team, he's looked amazing since he's been on the Wizards. 36 points. You know, you got Raul Neal out of nowhere putting up 22. You got the former Laker, the former Piston, KCP putting up 24. Okay, I mean, Raul Neto is going to come out of nowhere and just spaz. Okay, I'm fine with that. Heat and Knicks here. Oh my god, this is actually going to be a pretty lengthy one. Heat and Knicks. Heat overcome RJ Barrett's career-high 46 points, and they beat the Knicks by 15. RJ would have had, RJ would have had to put up 60 points for this garbage-ass team to win. But anyways, I mean, How did the Heat win? I mean, you got Jimmy Buckets putting up 23. You got Bam Adebayo putting up 16 and 16. You got Tyler Hero putting up 25 off the bench. Tyler Hero, one of the best bench players in the NBA. Julius Randle not doing shit. I mean, like we need 25 points out of Julius Randle if they want to win. Like, let's be honest. But yeah, RJ Barrett, 46 points. That's the only highlight of the night for the Knicks. I mean, that's pretty much why they lost, because he was literally the only one there. Sixers Timberwolves, Harden debut. We're gonna talk about Harden a lot today. I'm sorry. Harden makes Sixers debut in a blowout win over this Timberwolves. The Sixers with Harden are looking absolutely ridiculous. Joel Embiid's still putting up MVP numbers with Harden, which is incredible. 34 and 10 for Joel. Tyrese comes out and puts up 28. Let's not forget about Tyrese Maxey, a second-year guy. 27 and 12 for James Harden. Looking at the Timberwolves team, you got a 21-point game out of D'Lo and a 25-point game out of Cat, but that's about it for their team. I mean, let's just move on to the next game here. Pelicans, Suns. Suns got beat by 15 by New Orleans. McCollum continues a scoring spree. Pelicans top the Suns by 15. I don't know, McCollum 32. I guess so, man. 18 and 17 for Jonas Valanciunas, really good elite big man in the league. 28 for Brandon Ingram. You look at the Suns side, and you have a 20-point performance by Ayton, a 30-point performance by Booker, and that's about it for that team. Pelicans are kind of nice, I'm not going to lie. McCollum, Ingram, and Jonas Valanciunas, and if Zion comes back, that would be a great team. That would be a great team, honestly. That'd be a team I'd love to watch. But let's look at Mavs and Jazz. Mitchell hits 7 threes. He scores 33 points, and a Jazz won over the Mavs. But let me tell you, Luka Doncic has looked like an absolute animal recently. 22 points, though, for Dwight Powell put up 22 points. That's pretty awesome. 20 points for Spencer Dinwiddie as well, a recent trade acquisition for Porzingis as well. 23 and 11 for Luka. You look at the Jazz, you see a 14 and 17 performance for Rudy Gobert and 33 for Mitchell. That's enough to get him the win, that duo. Clippers, Lakers. Lakers continue to struggle. I mean, Clippers edged the Lakers by 3 for their 6th straight rivalry win. They've beat the Lakers 6 times in a row. The Battle of LA is going to Clippers right now. And yeah, I mean, that's fair to say. They're 4 games ahead of the Lakers. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. No Paul George, and they're 4 games ahead of the Lakers. That's pretty sad. But the Clippers, they don't really have any big performers. Terrence Mann comes out and puts up 19 and 10. That's about it. Like, we don't have any crazy performers. You look at the other side, you got LeBron putting up 21 and 11, Dwight 14 and 16. I mean, that team probably should have won the game. It was pretty scrappy, but you know what? Clippers got the win. Shout out to them. Let's move on to Saturday. We got my Celtics beating the Pistons by 9. Brown and Tatum lead the Celtics to a revenge win over the Pistons after losing to them, surprisingly enough. And we will lose to a mediocre team on Sunday. Don't worry about it. If the Celtics fans thought no pain, you're wrong. 26 and 11 for Tatum, 27 points for Jaylen Brown. Looking at the Pistons side, 25 points for Cade. Cade has looked really, really good recently. He's emerging on the rookie ladder for sure. Let's move on to Raptors and Hawks. Wow, the Hawks slapped them around. Young regroups with 41 points as Hawks top the Raptors by 27. 27 ball. Pascal Siakam came out and put up 14 and 10. We have Freddie VanVleet putting up 24 off the bench. Precious Achiuwa is a really good acquisition for the Raptors. 21 for him. Look on the other side. Trae Young, 41 and 11. That's all the Hawks needed today to absolutely whoop. I mean, in all fairness, Young didn't even have to do all that much, but he did because he's one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. But let's move on to Wizards Cavs. Markkanen scores 23. Cavs rally past the Wizards by 6. Let's talk about Markkanen, man. Markkanen has looked really good for this franchise so far. But Kuzma, 34 and 13. You guys, haters, be quiet. Be quiet. 34 and 13? Like, are you serious? Kuzma's looking amazing right now, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Kuzma looks incredible. But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Lauri Markkanen comes out, puts up 23 points. Like, one of the best big man cores in the NBA of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, 18 and 14, 14 and 11. Those type of stat lines are going to become very, very prominent this year. Spurs and Heat. Let's see here. Spurs and Heat. Adebayo scores 36. The Heat top Popovich and the Spurs by 4. Let's look at what the Spurs did, though. 22 and 11 for Bates Diop. Okay, Keita Bates Diop. All right, that's nice. 19 and 11 for Trey Jones, or it's got to be Trey Jones, right? Yeah, they got Trey Jones. He puts up 19 and 11. Vassell puts up 22. Okay. Pretty good performance for the Spurs, honestly. Lonnie Walker, 22 off the bench again. But you look at the Heat, you have Jimmy Buckets putting up 27. Tyler Hero, 27 off the bench. He is the best bench player. I don't want to hear it. Tyler Hero is the sixth man of the year. He's the best bench player in the league. 36 for Bam. 13 and 10 for Kyle Lowry. 4 great performers for the Heat. That's like a big 4 there. I mean, how tall is Tyler Hero? Like, does he really have to play point guard? I guess Duncan Robinson's 6'7". I guess, yeah. Should he start over Kyle Lowry? Like, he's 5 inches taller than Kyle Lowry. 6'5" point guard? Like, that'd be awesome. You already have small ball down low. You might as well have some big guards. Like, come on now. Make that decision, Spoelstra. Grizzlies, Bulls, Morant scores a career high 46. A lot of career highs over this week. Grizzlies beat the Bulls by 6. Yeah, I mean, Steven Adams, 12 points, 21 rebounds, 46 for Ja. On the other side, though, we had DeRozan with 31. We had Vucevic with 11 and 12, pretty casual for him. Zach LaVine 28. The same 3 guys for the Bulls, really. Those are their guys. Looking at Nets and Bucks, this was a really good game. I was rooting for Irving this whole time. Irving has a season high 38. Nets rally to beat the Bucks by 3. Kind of sad. Bucks had all 3 of their big 3. Drummond put up 17 and 12 though. Good big man performance there. Again, Irving with 38. On the other side, 29 for Antetokounmpo, 29 and 14 for Antetokounmpo, 30 and 12 for Portis. Portis is amazing. I love the way Portis has been playing. I mean, no bench involvement though. You'd love to see a guy like Jordan Nwora actually put up points. That's probably why they lost there. Middleton had 25. The new big 3 might be Bobby Portis, Middleton, and Giannis. I'm fine with that. Wow, that's incredible. But let's look at Kings and Nuggets. Jokic's triple-double leads Nuggets over the Kings by 5. Casual triple-double for Jokic. Makes it look easy. But let's start with the Kings side first. Sabonis had a nice 14 and 16. 24 for Harrison Barnes. 26 and 10 for De'Aaron. And on the other side, we have Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's a pretty good compliment to Jokic. 23 points. Monte Morris put up 21 of his own. That's pretty good. 18, 11, and 10 for Jokic. The standard triple-double for him, honestly. Looking to Sunday, there's actually a decent amount of games today. Celtics and Pacers. Let's start off. Brissett and the Pacers hot from long range. They beat my Celtics by 21, unfortunately. But Tatum put up 24. Robert Williams put up 10 and 11. Jaylen Brown put up 23. That's pretty solid. But, I mean, looking at the other side, Brissett put up 27. Brogdon put up 20. Halliburton put up 22. Buddy Hield put up 21. And not only that, off the bench, we have this Smith guy putting up 12 and 10. Like, they looked really good. Pacers looked amazing in that game. Sixers next. Beat us 37. Harden a triple-double. Sixers beat the Knicks again. This duo is proving to the NBA how dominant they are. 37. And I'm kind of mad because Tobias Harris is on my fantasy team, and I'm not sure how much more he's going to score. He only had 9 shots to this game. Embiid had 37. Harden had 29, 16, and 10. And Tyrese Maxey putting up 21 again. I mean, he's holding his weight on this franchise. That's awesome to see. On the other side, Julius, 16 and 10. 48-24. Emmanuel quickly 21 off the bench. Nice for him. And RJ Barrett continuing to play pretty well with 24. Okay, let's look at Jazz and Suns. Suns lose again. Mitchell and Gobert lead the surging Jazz over the Suns by 4. Gobert 16 and 14. But Clarkson had 22 off the bench again. That's worth noting. Donovan Mitchell had 26. Talking about the Suns here, Cam Johnson at 23. You have 23 out of Ayton. You have 30 out of Booker. That's not enough. Like, I don't know. I mean, Torrey Craig needs to kind of get involved off the bench. Maybe that's a problem. Pistons and Hornets. Kelly Olynyk for the win. Olynyk's buzzer beater OT ends the Pistons skid versus the Hornets. Olynyk, what a goat. Jeremy Grant 26. Sadiq Bey. I love Sadiq Bey. He's a great player. 28. 20 points off from Olynyk off the bench. The fade god, apparently. The fadeaway god, something like that. So people were calling him. But on the other side, Miles Bridges had 29 and 10, and Terry Rozier put up 33. I mean, the problem here is probably Montrezl Harrell putting up 2 points. You probably want to see more production out of Montrezl, but it's whatever. Clippers Rockets. Clippers won by 1, which sucks for the Clippers. They're back in the 500 category and above 500. Reggie Jackson put up 26. Clippers outlast the Rockets by 1. Literally a poverty franchise. But it's whatever. They got the win. 14 and 15 for Zubac. 26 for Reggie. On the other side, you have 11 and 10 from Schroeder, and that's really about it for the Rockets. Let's talk about the Mavs and Warriors. What a comeback again. This is what I'm talking about. Luka is a beast. Doncic leads. Big comeback. Mavs son the Warriors by 6. Man, this Mavs team is awesome. I love watching this Mavs team. I watched this game. 34 and 11 for Luka. Spencer Dinwiddie put up 24 off the bench. Are we sure he should be on the bench for Jalen Brunson? I love Jalen Brunson, but man, Dinwiddie's looking amazing. He's looking like a really good player. I don't know. Warriors, you had 27 and 10 from Curry. That's it though. That might be a problem. Juan Toscano-Anderson maybe needs to get involved off the bench too. Not a lot of bench involvement anyways, but move on to Nuggets Blazers. Nuggets beat the Blazers by 32, extend their win streak to 6 games. Again, Nuggets looking good here. No one on the Nuggets. Joe Michael Green put up 20 and 10. That's something, I guess. Jokic had 11 assists and 18 rebounds. Maybe that's something to note. I don't know. Looking at the other side, Eubanks 13 and 10. He used to play for the Nets. That's cool to see him have a starting spot now, but that wasn't a very good game. Pelicans Lakers. Lakers get absolutely smacked around. McCollum and the Pelicans roll to a 28-point win over the reeling Lakers. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all for LA. They're 27 and 33. I might have to look at the standings after this, but we're talking about a 19 and 10 performance by Valanciunas. 22 points for McCollum. This team looks nice. I really like how this Pelicans team looks. LeBron puts up 32, yet they can't get anything done. Malik Monk puts up 0 points off the bench. That's a problem. Malik Monk definitely needs to get involved. Yeah, but LeBron, that's about it. 32 points. That's literally it. That's all the Lakers have to offer. Day-to-day Davis is gonna choke a lot. It's whatever. It's fine. We know this. He's gonna get hurt a lot. That's kind of characteristic. Looking at the standings here, my Celtics are in the play-in by 2 games. That's pretty good. Or they're in the playoffs. Toronto is a game ahead of the Nets. Think about that right now. The Nets are in 8th place right now. Hawks are in the play-in by 2 games. I really hope the Hawks make the play-in. The teams right now are good. I actually really like the teams that are in the East right now that are making it. I really want the Hawks. I love the Hawks. They're one of my favorite teams in the league besides the Celtics. I just really like watching Trae Young play, genuinely. That's going to do it, probably. I don't have anything else to say. Looking at the Lakers, we're talking about a team that's in the play-in by 3.5 games. They're only in the play-in by 3.5 games. The Pelicans and the Trailblazers are fighting. I want the Pelicans to get in, honestly, over the Trailblazers. I think that might happen. There's a 4-game gap between the play and the playoffs. We've kind of determined the playoff teams here. These 6 teams aren't looking like the playoff teams. I don't know, man. The NBA has got a lot of competition. This play-in is looking fantastic. Pelicans, dude, imagine if the Pelicans beat the Lakers. That'd be incredible. Clippers, Minnesota. If Paul George comes back, that'd be a good game. Otherwise, Timberwolves should be able to win the game. I'm just looking ahead here. I'm just kind of messing around. I'm about to go play some 2K. I'm probably go to class, so I don't really have anything else to say for you guys. The Suns are in first place in the entire NBA by 6 games. They are 6 games ahead of the second best team in the NBA. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, these conferences look kind of even now. But anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, GZTV giving you guys the sports content. I don't know what content I'm gonna have this week. Probably not too much. Spring break will be good though.